Thank you for joining me for another Premier League preview video. This week we're taking on Leicester City at the Emirates Stadium. So it should be quite an interesting game. I'd say we're quite fairly even in terms of squad-wise. You know, there might be a few Arsenal fans out there thinking Arsenal's bigger. Yes, although we might be a bigger team. But if we're looking at the squad itself, I'd say we're relatively on par. Leicester have had quite a mixed season, smashing Man City 5-2, and then they've just had a bit of a dip in form, really. In terms of team news for Leicester City side, it looks like Sionchu's out, and Ndidi's out, and Jamie Vardy is a very big doubt. So I'd say let's take advantage of that and let's just go in there and try put our best 11. And I mean our best 11 without trying to be pragmatic and playing 5 at the back and then playing Willian in number 9. None of that stuff. Let's go in. For once, I just want to see us play with our best starting 11. I can't remember the last time I seen an Arsenal manager select a team which I was happy and proud about. The last time that was, I believe it was against West Ham United when Freddie Ljungberg was an interim manager and Aubameyang, Martinelli and Pepe all scored. Other than that, I've not really seen us play quite fluid, attacking football. It's just very boring, flat. And that's how it's been like. You know, you're hearing all these quotes going on social media. Michael Southgate by Lee Gunner there. You've got Mikel Simeone, etc. And there's a reason why. I don't think even his most pro fans are slightly turning against him. I get it, he's still new in a managerial position, and to be fair, I will give him time. Last thing we need to do is just hound him out. But I really hope for Arteta's sake, he actually now just lets loose for the shackles and just goes for it. Stop trying to play to other team's strength, and let's just play from now on towards our strength. Let's just go in there and attack. Without wasting any more time, I'm going to go in with my predicted starting 11. As I did mention, I'll be using a 4-3-3 formation. I'm not a fan of this, 5-3-3, whatever he's trying to adopt, sorry. Was it a 5-2-3? Just doesn't work for me. Very boring, very flat. And as we've seen, you can see the likes of Aubameyang not getting the service he needs. And he looks a bit frustrated. But that's enough of me rumbling on. In terms of my predicted, not my predicted, but the lineup I would select for this game, Bernardo, obviously in goal, looked a bit shaky midweek. Hopefully that's woken him up and now he puts a better display. He needs to be a bit more composed when he's playing out from the back, not passing it directly to players who have a man marking them, and just at times just go long. If there's no options, just hoof it all the way to row Z, wherever, I don't care. Just get it out of danger zone. So, but Leno has to be in goal because it seems like we've not got any backup, to the point where Arteta doesn't even fancy Runnison for any cup competition. So, Leno has to be our number 1. Moving on to right back position. Although Bellerin did come on and he changed the game, it's just I've seen enough of Bellerin. It's one good game here, 5 bad games, another decent game here, 5 bad games. Tired of that. Let's just put Maitland-Niles out there and see what he could do over a sustained period of games. Maybe get him to team up with link up with Nicolas Pepe on the right hand side, because he looks a bit isolated there. Apologies, people. People are getting crazy with the whole firework business at this time of the year. But moving on to the 2 centre backs. Gabriel, without a doubt, being our best defender by a country mile. And he looks very solid. He's only 22. Remember, he's just 22 years of age, so he's only going to grow a lot better. So his partner, personally speaking, I would like to William Saliba. I can't see why Leicester City can bring in Wesley Fofana, who was seen as less greater than William Saliba back at St Etienne. Well, remember, William Saliba got picked ahead of him at St Etienne. And it was only the season gone by where Fofana and Saliba paired up when Saliba was fit. So I can't see why Fofana could just come in and walk into Leicester City's team, yet we're playing this long-winded embedding game. Some people might say, yes, trust the process. Remember, that's the same process that we refused to play Thomas Partey against the game against Man City, who looked absolutely amazing on midweek. The same process to say let's not play Gabriel against big teams, and then we lost against Liverpool, didn't we? And then he looked fantastic against Man City. I'm tired of this. Let's slowly bed these players in. After all, they're professional football players, and we don't spend £30 million on a centre-back just to sort of say, you know what, let's slowly embed you in, give you about 2-3 years before you're slowly integrating into the team. None of that. For me, it will be William Saliba. And I don't care if you tell me he's not played so far this season. I'm just saying he cannot get any worse than the clowns we have. Screw them idiots. Let's play William Saliba and let's let him start that partnership with Gabriel from now. It's only going to get stronger. So what if we lose? Do you rather see Mustafi there? He's out of contract come summer. Would you rather see David Luiz out of contract in the summer? So why don't we just, build that relationship, let them blossom that partnership, and it's going to be a long-term partnership, and they're both here for the foreseeable future, unlike the other clowns we've got here. So I can't see why we opt to play him instead. So as I said, it will be William Saliba and Gabriel as my two centre-backs. Moving on to left-back, easy, Kieran Tierney. So my defenders would be Maitland-Niles, Gabriel, Saliba, Kieran Tierney. Moving on to the three midfielders, very easy for me as well. I would have Thomas Partey there. I would have Granit Xhaka, and maybe playing Dani Ceballos or even a Willian as number 10, actually. I'll play Willian as a number 10. Only reason because I think Ceballos likes to play that deep midfield. So bearing that in mind, I would have Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey and Willian in our midfield. You might look at me and say, why would you play Granit Xhaka? Only because I feel as if Granit Xhaka works really well with the team. He fits into that left-hand side when Kieran Tierney bombs down, and he provides that defensive solidity. And if we are going back to a 4 at the back, I think Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey is pivotal for that formation in order to keep us defensively decent as well as giving us that attacking threat. So moving on to the front three. Easy one again for me. I would have Aubameyang up front. Just play him up front. After all, that's where he was banging in goals for Borussia Dortmund. He was never a left winger, so let's play him in his rightful position. He's our top goal scorer. Play him through the middle. Moving on to the right hand side, Nicolas Pepe. Yes, he might be a bit inconsistent, but when's the last time Nicolas Pepe played a few decent games in a row? It seems like we play him, decent game. Actually, next week is going to be Reece Nelson or Willian playing. Then we play him again, and then next week, actually, we're not going to play him. I think Pepe is a confidence type of player. He needs to be playing a few decent games, and then I reckon we'll see the best out of him and let him form that partnership with Maitland-Niles and Partey on the right-hand side. Moving on to the other side, it has to be Bukayo Saka. Reason being is because he's Bukayo Saka. I can't give you any more reason than that. You might ask me, why haven't I included Lacazette in the squad? I think Lacazette is a decent player to come off the bench, but in my honest opinion, Lacazette, I don't see him being in Arteta's plan. I don't think Arteta really fancies him. So why are we going to shoehorn a player if he's not here for the long term? And when Saka is our future, really. So that's my front three. So let me just run through that team again. Bernd Leno, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Gabriel, Saliba, Kieran Tierney, the three midfielders, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Willian, and the front three attackers, I'd go with Pepe, Aubameyang and Saka. In terms of my score prediction, because we've got a decent record against Leicester City at home, I'm going for a narrow victory, and I mean a very narrow victory. So I'm going for a 2-1 win to us. I really, really hope tomorrow Mikel Arteta could take off the shackles and we could just go at it. But all the best. If you could please let me know what you think about my formation, and please provide your own formation and what you predict the scorelines to be for tomorrow. Thank you so much. All the best tomorrow. Let's go Gunners.